Imagine being so caught up in addiction that you miss a major market crash. Well, that's exactly what happened to me in 2008. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sober Stacker. I woke up sober this morning because I went to bed sober last night, guys. Today is 1,413 days of continuous sobriety. And I tell you what, it has absolutely changed my life. No talk about silver in this video. No talk about gold. I do have some things to show off, but it's been a while since I've really talked about the power of addiction. And I just want to kind of get back to that, keep it fresh in my mind. And the topic I want to talk about is the 2008 market crash. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is I didn't even know about it. It wasn't until 2024, 16 years later, when I got into stacking precious metals, learning about gold, learning about silver, learning about investing, learning and caring about my finances, that I actually looked back and saw the devastation that happened in 2008. I lived through it. I was a grown man with responsibilities, I'm assuming, but I was so wrapped up in my addiction that I didn't even realize it was happening. 2008, I would have been living in Eastern Shore, Maryland, near Ocean City, Maryland. Can't tell you where I was working at the time. I'm sure it was in steel. But the power of addiction, I was so wrapped up in it that I didn't even know what was going on. And even years later, I didn't get clean and sober until December 3rd, 2021 was when sobriety clicked, when it stuck for me. And which brings me to another point. If you are in active addiction and you are struggling to get clean, to get sober, one of the biggest things that I can say is don't give up trying. Don't ever stop trying. It doesn't matter how many times you've relapsed, how many times you've started and got a week clean or a day clean or a month clean, and then in your mind you think, well, I failed. But you're falling forward. Every time you fall, you're falling forward. I tried countless times to get clean and sober. I would lock myself in a hotel room to go through the withdrawal symptoms of alcohol and opiates. My wife would be in the hotel room with me, and she does not drink, doesn't smoke cigarettes, never done drugs or nothing, but she would be buying me fruit, juices, things like that to help me through the withdrawal symptoms. And I'd maybe get a week or 2 weeks, or sometimes get lucky and get 30 days or something like that. But I would keep relapsing. And it went on and on and on. Just don't give up trying. The moment you give up trying, that's when addiction wins. And addiction is not going to look at you and say, all right, well, he gave up, so I'm going to ease up on him now, or her. No, that's when addiction is going to absolutely crush you the moment you give up trying. So, yeah, I look back at the 2008, 2009 collapse, and when I actually looked up about what actually happened, it's amazing that I went through that and had no clue what was going on. I didn't care. It didn't affect me. If it did, it didn't affect me to the point that it caused me to stop drinking or stop popping pills, and in 2008, that was a big time for opiates. I know opiates are big right now, but doctors were handing out prescriptions left and right in 2008 for pain medication. And I know I'm kind of rambling on this subject, but it's just, I look back at life, and I have no regrets. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's no reason to live in the past and regret it. It is what it is. Addiction was a big part of my life, most of my adult life, but to harp on it and dwell on it does no good to anybody. So that's why now I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to learn about finances. I didn't care about finances then. As long as I had enough to get me a bottle and, a couple of opiates for that day, I was good. And I was that type of addict. I didn't worry about tomorrow. As long as I had what I needed today, I was good. And a lot of times it didn't matter what responsibility was coming up tomorrow or the day after or whenever. I didn't care. It was not important to me. So, just a long time of drug and alcohol abuse to allow that to steal so much of my life. Now, being a responsible adult now in my mid 50s, I'm 54 years old. I got clean and sober when I was 51. Or maybe it was 50. No, it'd be 51. No, it's 50. I know. Come on now. I'm still recovering. My brain's still healing after almost 4 years. But it's just an amazing experience. It's an amazing feeling to care about things now. The price. I said I wasn't going to talk about gold and silver, but just a quick point. The price of gold and silver is just skyrocketing. Platinum is going up. Palladium's going up. I have no platinum or palladium. But to sit and watch these things and to pay attention to the market, to look and see what the dollar index is now, and to learn what the dollar index actually means, it's just a different way of life. It is a wonderful way of life. And I can't stress enough to not let addiction, alcoholism, drug abuse, whatever your addiction is, don't let it rob you of one more minute of life, because life is beautiful. Not every day is going to be, a great day. You're going to have bad days. Life is life. It's going to happen. But getting my butt to bed sober at night and waking up sober the next day is what it's all about. It's what keeps life beautiful. It's what keeps the possibilities open. Because if I go back to the way I was, there's absolutely nothing good going to come out of that. I have some world silver coins here on the screen. I would have never had those when I was in my active addiction. If somebody would have given me one of those, I would have probably taken it to a pawn shop or tried to sell it, and that would have got drank. It would have gone to buying something to drink and getting my pain pills for the day. And I no longer have to live like that. I no longer have to worry about what the next 4 to 6 hours is going to bring, because that's when I would start withdrawing. The withdrawal process is an ugly, ugly process. And I do need to say this. I wish I'd have said this earlier in the video, because a lot of people don't stick around till the end of a video. But if you are a moderate to severe alcoholic, please seek help going through the withdrawal symptoms if you're going to cut back or stop completely, because the withdrawal Alcohol withdrawal syndrome can be dangerous and it can be life threatening. So make sure you are brought through that with medical, attention to medically bring you through that withdrawal process, because it is an ugly, ugly process if you try to do it alone. And I did it several times by myself, and I was literally taking my life in my hands when I was trying to do that. And it never worked. Once I got the help I needed, once I got the help I deserved, it stuck. And life it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling waking up clean and sober every morning, getting to talk about silver, getting to talk about gold, getting to have a few world silver coins, some copper. I got I bought some titanium of all things, and I'll show that in my next video. I know titanium is not worth the case it comes in, but it's awesome to look at and it's awesome to hold. You guys, that's about it. I wanted to just make a video about addiction. I've been harping on constitutional silver here lately, and I just wanted to go back to what makes everything count, and that is my sobriety. Because without my sobriety, none of that stuff that you see on the screen right there would be here. You guys have a beautiful, wonderful, blessed Thursday. I'll see you in the next video.